7 years ago, a teenage transgender named Ricky records a video about her mother. In the present, Ricky is working at a coffee shop, chatting with her close friend Robbie. She complains about guys who only want one thing, and jokes that maybe she should just date girls instead. Not long after, a girl named Francesca walks in. She's modest and well-mannered, while Ricky is loud and unfiltered. Still, Francesca enjoys talking to her. After she leaves, Robbie teases Ricky, but she brushes it off. On the way to their favorite swimming spot, Robbie keeps teasing Ricky about Francesca. Ricky says she's not interested. Francesca is wealthy, traditional, and probably wouldn't go for someone like her. When they get to the lake, Francesca happens to show up. She compliments Ricky's swimsuit and is impressed when she hears Ricky designed it herself. Ricky shares she's applied to a fashion school and is still waiting for a response. Ricky then finds out Francesca is engaged to a Marine stationed in Afghanistan. Francesca asks if Robbie is her boyfriend, but Ricky says no, they're just best friends. Besides, Robbie isn't into transgender girls. Francesca, who didn't know, is surprised to hear this. Coming from a strict religious background, Francesca starts asking Ricky many questions about being transgender. Ricky says she hopes to have full surgery one day, but it costs too much. They get cut off when Robbie comes out of the water. He asks who Francesca's fiancé is. When she says David Appleby, Robbie realizes it's the same kid who used to pick on Ricky back in school, but Ricky doesn't remember. Back at home, Ricky checks the mailbox for the fashion school reply, but there's nothing yet. She lives with her dad and younger brother, Sam. Her dad supports her fully and believes she'll be a great designer someday. That night, Francesca video calls her Marine fiancé, David. She reveals that she's saving herself for marriage. When she brings up Ricky, David reacts angrily. He clearly has strong negative feelings about trans people, which hurts Francesca. While chatting with Robbie, Ricky texts Francesca to come over. She does, and finds out Ricky has a fashion channel on YouTube with just over 1,000 followers. Francesca joins her on camera to talk about their outfits and ends up really enjoying herself. After Sam goes to bed, the two keep chatting. Francesca learns that Ricky is more like a mom than a sister to Sam, since their mother passed from cancer when Sam was only 1. Francesca asks if Ricky's ever been with a girl. Ricky says no, not even kissed one. Francesca admits the same, and things start to get a little more personal between them. But Ricky pulls away, saying she doesn't want to mess up Francesca's engagement. Francesca says she wants to live her life freely, just like Ricky. They begin to kiss, but Francesca soon regrets it and leaves. In Ricky's video, she reveals that her mom didn't actually die. She left them because she was ashamed of Ricky. Ricky also confesses that she once took something dangerous and even thought about ending everything. The next day, Ricky tells Robbie that Francesca kissed her. Robbie is surprised and warns her not to play around, saying Francesca's fiancé is unstable. Ricky says she's not scared and promises it won't happen again. Still, just in case things go further, Ricky asks how she would even be with a girl. Though awkward about it, Robbie walks her through what to do, step by step. Later, Francesca shows up and says sorry for leaving the night before. She tells Ricky she needs a dress for a party and asks for help. Before heading out, Francesca admits she actually liked what happened, and Ricky smiles. They start looking for a dress, but there aren't many choices. Ricky decides to go to Target and turn a tablecloth into a dress for Francesca. While taking her measurements, things start heating up again. Ricky hesitates, afraid she might take Francesca's V-card away from her fiancé. But Francesca confesses she lost it back when she was 15, and she only lied to David. While they're together, David calls, but Francesca ignores it and continues. The next day, Robbie finds out about Ricky and Francesca, and they start debating whether what happened means Ricky is now straight. They go to Francesca's house, where Ricky gives her the handmade dress. Francesca loves it, and even Robbie is impressed. She invites them both to the party, and although Ricky isn't sure, Francesca insists until she agrees. At the party, Francesca introduces her friends and parents. Her father, a politician, gives a short speech. Using his connections, he surprises Francesca by bringing David home. They reunite, and everyone's happy, except Ricky and Robbie. Later, David corners Francesca and asks about the video she made with Ricky. Francesca says it was just about clothes, but David says he doesn't want her hanging around someone like that. Her parents overhear the argument, and David outs Ricky by saying she's a boy. He keeps insulting Ricky, and they start arguing, causing a scene. When Francesca hints that something happened between her and Ricky, David gets angry and tries to hit her, but her dad steps in, warning him to show respect. He lets him go, and David walks off. That night, Sam uses Ricky's laptop and finds a video where she talks about how their mother left them because she was ashamed of her. One day, the mail finally comes. Ricky gets nervous, it's from the fashion school. but before she can open it, David shows up, furious. Ricky tries to ignore him, but he pushes her to the ground and threatens her. Then Ricky reminds him about their secret, which makes him back off. It turns out David was the first and only man Ricky had ever been with. She never told anyone because, despite everything, he still meant something to her. When Francesca's car pulls up, David quickly leaves. Francesca keeps asking what happened, but Ricky just tells her to talk to David. When Francesca asks why she hasn't been answering her calls, Ricky says they should stop seeing each other. Francesca is crushed and walks away. After she leaves, Ricky opens the letter. She didn't get into the fashion school. She spends the day in her room, feeling low. Robbie later drops by and says he heard about her breakup with Francesca. Ricky acts like she doesn't care, which upsets Robbie, and he ends up saying something hurtful about her identity. Ricky tells him he'll never understand what it's like to face things alone. Robbie reminds her that he's been by her side since they were 6, and Ricky says that's why she never thought he'd be the one to judge her. Robbie feels bad for what he said, but Ricky tells him it's all good, then walks away. He tries to follow her, but Sam stops him and shows him Ricky's video. In it, she says she once thought about ending her life, but never told anyone. She just pretended like everything is fine, the exact same words she said before leaving. Worried that she might hurt herself, Robbie runs off to find her. He checks the bar, searches the town, but there's no sign of her. Desperate, he goes to their swimming spot, yelling her name. He finally spots her swimming in the lake and breathes a sigh of relief. Robbie says he saw the video and asks why she never told him any of that. Ricky explains that he's her only friend, and she was scared he'd leave if he thought she wasn't okay. Robbie says sorry for the things he said and admits he was only jealous of Francesca. He tells her she's beautiful, and Ricky walks out of the water with nothing on. She asks if he still thinks she's beautiful, and Robbie comes closer to kiss her. Ricky then says she's loved him since they were kids but always thought he wasn't into transgender girls. The next morning, Robbie tells her not to give up on her dream of becoming a fashion designer. But Ricky says she's done hoping. It was just a silly dream, and she doesn't have the money to start a brand or go to New York. Meanwhile, Francesca apologizes to David for being unfaithful. David asks if she still loves him, and she says she does. But she also asks why he hated people like Ricky so much. That's when David admits he once slept with Ricky, before he and Francesca got together. He says he hated himself for it, and that's why he ended up hating Ricky too. The two patch things up and decide to try again. Before heading to work, Robbie tells Ricky to check the mail. She's confused when she sees a bunch of envelopes addressed to her. Inside are money and letters of encouragement. Puzzled, she asks Robbie what's going on. Then Sam shows her a video of a famous designer saying how much she loved Ricky's dress, and asked her followers to donate $1 to help Ricky start her own brand. Just then, the postman arrives with David and Francesca, helping carry bags full of letters. Francesca explains that it was Robbie who sent the dress to the designer. The couple wishes Ricky the best of luck in New York, and she's deeply touched. Before Ricky leaves, her dad tells Robbie to take care of his daughter, and Robbie promises he will. Sam tells Ricky to post her video, and she tells him to post it for her instead. After they leave, Sam uploads a video of Ricky from when she was a teen. People online watch and feel moved by her story, how she fought off depression by thinking of those she loves, the blessings in her life, and how lucky she feels to still be here, despite everything she went through.